What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Here we are with another video. Before we get started, I just want to say I'm going to keep this short and simple. I love you guys so much for all the support you guys have given me ever since I made my channel, because my views are going up, my subscribers, all that. I love you guys so much. Okay, so before we get this video started that I'm so excited to film, because honestly, Lord knows that I love talking. I can talk about things for days. Before we get started, I had to make sure I had no lipstick on my teeth. I just want to point out a few things. The first thing I want to point out is that I'm sorry if my hair looks crazy, but I'm not really sorry, because I'm not even going to lie. Majority of the time, especially if my hair is short, I will be wearing it natural and probably not doing it. Another thing I want to point out is that if I sound difficult to understand, it's not because I have a lisp. Well, I do, but that's because I have Invisalign on, and it low-key messes with the way like you say things. Also, I just changed my retainers today, so it makes it like 30 times worse. So I'm sorry about that. Another thing is that, as you guys can see, a little update, I cut my hair. Well, I didn't cut it. I got my hair cut. Shout out to my girl Monique, and I will be either putting her Instagram name somewhere here or in the description box. But either way, if you live in Columbus and you're looking for a bomb-ass hairstylist, it's her, because she got me this blonde pretty much, and she gave me this cute-ass haircut. She's just the best. Also, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm playing music in the background softly, so let's just pray and hope that your girl does not get copyrighted. I honestly don't even know how that works, but I was told that I can play it softly, so I guess we're gonna find out. So enough of all that extra shit. Here we are with this new video, and if you guys don't know, I did make a poll. Oh, excuse me. I swear every time I get on camera, it makes me want to burp. Weird. I did make a poll on Instagram. Y'all, I just feel like my hair looks so crazy. As I was saying, I had you guys vote if you guys wanted to hear my views / opinion on relationships, how I learned to be confident, or how I how I learned to stay positive. And just because I love you guys and because I'm the best, I'm going to tie all three together and just make one whole video on it. By the way, if you're one of the people that vote on my polls on Instagram or Twitter, just know that I'm so thankful for that. And I actually really enjoy doing those, because I personally love what you guys want to see, and then it makes it easier for me to film something. That's why I always say, like, if you guys have any suggestions, just DM me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, or just leave a comment, whatever you guys want to see, as long as I can do it, because I'm not about to sit here and look goofy on camera trying to do something that I clearly cannot do. Anywho, let's get started. So the first topic I'll talk about is going to be relationships. Obviously, everything that I'm talking about, I can't go into depth like completely, because nobody wants to watch a 5-hour video. Let me point that out. So, speaking about a 5-hour video, I'm sorry, this video is just going to be long. I've been trying to make my videos short, but honestly, this one, y'all just going to have to suck it up. If you absolutely hate watching long-ass YouTube videos, I'm sorry. But this one is going to be worth the watch. If you got this far into this video, you might as well watch the whole thing and get comfortable, because y'all are about to hear the real spill. So, as I was saying, with relationships, with what I'm gonna say, do not get me wrong. Like, do not think I'm this bitter bitch, like, oh no, I hate relationships. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm definitely a relationship person. I love. So, pause. I guess to make this shorter, or to get straight to the point, what I can say about relationships and my views is, I guess based off of experience or just knowledge that I have on them, I can probably sit here and it'll be easier for me to tell you guys what not to do, or like what I'm out for. And honestly, y'all, it's 2019. We're like, what day is it today? We're like 5 days into it, and whoever needed to hear this, here you go, sis. Or even if it's a guy, shit, you never know. So what I mean about that is I can kind of tell you better, like, what to look out for when it comes to relationships. All I'm gonna say is one simple thing. If it's about a guy, just know that if he wants to be with you, he will let that shit be known, okay? Just don't let that go over your head, because I feel like a lot of the times, especially when we really like the person, we're just like, oh, maybe he's doing that because of this, or oh, like, no, he's just doing that because of this. Like, just, we always give people the benefit of the doubt, I think. We gotta stop doing that shit. Like, if they want to be with you, they're gonna be with you. Period. And then the second big thing on relationships that I want to mention is that whether you're talking to somebody or maybe y'all are already in the relationship, if that person causes you more stress than happiness, come on, we all know what that means. Lord, there is no reason that the person you're with every day or talking to every day, or just the person you want to be with, like a person you see yourself with, if they stress the shit out of you, girl, you do not need that. Because I promise, it just doesn't get any easier, especially if it's about trust issues. If you have those, and if they don't make your trust issues better, if they don't reassure you, like, hey, like, it's not this, like, if they don't explain or even care to, like, not have you out here stressing, you gotta let that go. On relationships, I think that's pretty much all. I would just watch out for little stuff and just keep that in mind. I don't think you should ever have to question if somebody wants to be with you. And if you gotta question it, typically 9 times out of 10, that's just not a good situation. And we have to be smarter. We cannot be putting up with the same thing 8 million times because it gets so old. No, we're not doing it. Other than that, my advice, if you're like wondering if you should stay in a relationship, and let's just say things are just hard. People argue, especially in relationships, like nothing is perfect, especially if you guys have been together for a long time. You guys are gonna get annoyed of each other. Shit's gonna happen, but as long as you're happy and that person's good qualities outweigh their bad, and they, like I said, they make you genuinely happy, I think that anything good is worth fighting for. Obviously, don't sit here and get cheated on left and right, ride or die, because no, that ain't a ride or die. On the second topic, it's going to be how I learned to be confident. And honestly, I'm glad I'm making this video and this topic in this video, because I've gotten asked so much over time, like, how are you so confident, or what do you do to like feel confident? And honestly, it's not an easy thing, especially if you grew up with, I could not think of the word, if you grew up having self-esteem issues or whatever the case might be. Yeah, being confident is probably not the easiest thing. I guess from my perspective, what I can do is I can give you guys pretty much what happened to me and like how I learned to be confident over the years. I do have a lot of self-love. It takes a long way to get there, honestly, but once you got it, you got it. That's a whole other topic though. Just like everybody else, I probably have like 80 million things that I hate about myself. Not really, but I do have a lot of things that I wish I could change, or that I just get tired of looking at every day. With that being said, I think that the best thing to do is just remind yourself, like, honestly, just know that you're that bitch. Look at yourself in the mirror and point out the qualities that you love about yourself. Be like, damn, like, my eyes are really pretty as shit, or dang, like, I have some nice ass hair. Whatever the case might be, just know, just acknowledge those features about yourself and take pride in them, basically. As far as things that you hate about yourself, what I'm gonna say with that is, if you really cannot stand something on your body or whatever, and you have the money or you're able to change that about you, I would do it. Anybody you talk to, and if you mention that, like, hey, like, I really want to get this done because I don't like it, and they're like, oh my god, like, it's not that bad. Like, you have to remember that to other people, your flaws probably don't even exist, but to you, because you look at that every single day, it's like, it just gets tiring to look at, honestly. Just how I mentioned that, like, one of my biggest insecurities were my teeth. And they really weren't bad, but I did have little flaws that I hated looking at every single day. So I went and got Invisalign, because you can do simple things like that. Like, if you want to fix something on yourself that you hate looking at, do it, girl, because shit, it's your body, it's your face, whatever. And then how I mentioned that about my teeth being like one of my big insecurities, that's another thing. Do not let people know your flaws, or do not let people know your weaknesses, because this is so sad to say out loud, but honestly, people would take that shit and use it against you, especially if they have like hate towards you, or if they're just real devious, the type of people we're staying away from in 2019. Like, they will point that shit out in the worst ways, or like the littlest, slickest ways. And then with that being said, that can also tie into the topic of just carrying yourself with self-confidence. It's easier said than done, but even if you just practice like having self-confidence, like telling yourself every day, like, alright, I'm gonna get cute today, and I'm gonna take some bomb-ass pictures, or go to the mall, do anything that people can see you looking good. If you feel good, do whatever you have to do to remind yourself that you're beautiful. And that sounds corny, but I'm being like dead ass serious. The way you carry yourself will for sure, like, it'll reflect on you. Don't go out here like, oh, I'm better than you, like treating people like shit because you think you the shit. Because we don't like those type of girls. You just have to know that there's nothing wrong with having confidence. And another thing that ties into that is comparing yourself. Obviously, there's so many beautiful women in the world, and I say this on a daily. Like, I will deadass go on Instagram and lose myself in that damn explore page, just looking at badass girls, like cold, beautiful females, like in every type of way. I sit there and compare myself to a girl that I just found on Instagram that's cold as fuck. I'll be like, damn, like, that's wild. Of course, there's going to be some cold ass people around you. There's always going to be somebody with a feature they have that you're like, damn, like, I wish I had that. You have to know that only because you think they're that beautiful, that doesn't make you any less beautiful. And this is one thing also, a huge thing, like, especially if I see somebody in public and I'm like, wow, like, they're so beautiful. I don't feel bad for myself, like, oh, like, I wish I was that pretty. Like, you just have to realize things. You're like, okay, well, I have this about myself that's different. Basically, it's just really reminding yourself that you're the shit. And to tie up this topic, tie off, does that even make sense? Let's just say, to end this topic, what makes somebody pretty to me, obviously, like, yeah, everybody loves somebody that's physically attractive. Like, yeah, we all love a fine ass dude or a beautiful ass girl. But honestly, if you're gonna have a stank ass personality, that just knocks you down 80 times. You know, somebody that just hates left and right, like, you can see that. That shows, that reflects on them. You really want to feel beautiful or have that confidence, carry yourself in that manner, you're gonna have to, like, start within. And if you have a nice ass personality, if you're a genuinely good person, you're not out here wishing bad on people or getting joy from hurting others, whatever, you're going to feel beautiful because you're a good person from within. And then that's just gonna reflect from the outside. That's gonna make you glow. The last topic that I'm going to be talking about is how I learned to be positive. And this one is probably the hardest one. So honestly, not even going to be corny or like basic, whatever you want to call it, cliche. But the main thing that 2018 taught me was how to become positive. Being a positive person is honestly hard. And it's so sad to say it's hard because honestly, if you think about it, like, we're all so blessed in so many different ways. And we never, like, really acknowledge that because we pay so much attention to the bad shit we go through. And, I mean, it's normal. Like, if you're a human and bad shit is happening to you left and right, of course, that's going to take toll on you. That shit is mentally draining. Like, nobody wants to keep going through terrible shit because that just puts you in a negative space. But with that being said, yes, of course, we all have rough days. And some are better than others. but as long as you know that there's a reason for why things are happening. Basically, what helped me just off of my experience, whatever I would go through, like, I would sit there and think, like, okay, like, there has to be a reason this is happening to me. And I'd be like, okay, well, let's look at the positive side of it. Like, let's look at how things can make a turn in a positive way. It's hard to sit there, like, make positive out of a negative situation. You won't understand what I'm saying until you actually do it. There's so many different ways to start off. One huge thing that has helped me stay positive is writing in a journal. I know that probably sounds lame as shit, and you're like, who the fuck even writes in journals anymore? Sounds silly, but no, like, that really helps. As simple as, if you wake up and you wake up in a great mood, you write that in your journal. Be like, woke up in a great mood, I'm going to continue to make this a great day. You know, just simple stuff like that. Or even if your day went bad, write about your day. Write about how you feel about that. Why you feel that, why you feel that way. As long as you're expressing your thoughts and, like, emotions, that will help a lot. Basically, what helped me was, as long as I kept my faith with God, trusting God, His plan, and trusting myself. Let's say something you had got taken away that you're just so sorry about. Thought you're going to have that in your life forever, whether it's a relationship or a friend, a family member. That doesn't make sense at all, where you're just like, why did that happen? So you sit there and you're like, okay, well, I know that because this happened, I know there's a better outcome because of it. And we're put through the shit is for a reason. It's because you can easily overcome that. Okay, I didn't mean easily, because sometimes it's harder, way harder to overcome certain stuff. If you don't believe in God, have faith in yourself and know that, once again, there's a reason that you're going through what you're going through. And just keep reminding yourself every day, like, okay, things are gonna get better. Like, they suck right now, they make no type of sense. Shit, you can feel mad, sad, whatever the case might be. Just don't let that outrule your whole body. Like, don't let that be your mental state. Things honestly do get better. You just got to give it time. And like I said, keep your trust and your faith. So that was it, you guys. I did speak on 3 topics that I felt strongly about. And like I said, I didn't go completely into depth with every single topic because we would be here for a long time. But I really do hope that me speaking on that was helpful for you guys. I know that shit can get hard all the time. And even if you need little things like this to remind yourself, like, oh, okay, I'll be straight. Like, stuff like this helps me all the time. I've watched so many videos, like, on how to be positive, reading, like, inspiring quotes in any situation, whether it's relationships or lacking self-confidence, trying to learn how to love yourself. All these things that I mentioned in here, those are the type of things that I've done that have helped me. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, do this if it hasn't helped me at all. So thank you so much for watching this, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up, leave comments, whatever you guys want to do. I love you guys, and see y'all in the next video.
what I found out.